I make a lot of chimeras because chimeras are all about boundaries and how we understand now those boundaries to be permeable, porous, changeable. One of the things that this idea influences is how we then look at the stuff that we use to do that. Like we look at nature as a kind of resource that we can use for our own devices. And I'm interested in that. And so I make lots of creatures like this. And you can see here that they are very human and they have a bit of platypus in them. But they also are blended with an inanimate object, which is a boot. See, that's the heel and that's the sole. One of the things about hyper-realistic techniques is that it's used to depict stuff that actually exists in everyday life, whereas I'm using it to depict stuff that doesn't exist. It's like hyper-surrealism. A lot of people ask me why I have so many boots in my work, and they do feature a lot. Yeah, they feature in paintings and sculptures, and I really thought about it. One of the things is I think that shoes are becoming more an integral part of our bodies. They just seem indispensable. They're also kind of a status object. And so it's a kind of a language that people know and I understand. But I think I can trace it back to my adolescence and in fact back to my visits to the gallery in Canberra. And in the gallery there was a Philip Guston painting which I really loved. And it's this really odd picture of this mountain of boots and this strange eye and this kind of heater or furnace. It was really apocalyptic. It just was very kind of descriptive of the feeling and the mode. I don't know what those boots meant. I thought they were kind of people, like maybe dead people, and they always stuck with me. And I just love that painting. In my work, I often refer to cowboy boots. And that's because I particularly love them. They're meant to be this incredibly masculine thing, and yet they have this beautiful ornate quality to them. And I just love that coming together of generally very opposing ideas. They just work really well in a cowboy boot. In a small work like this, it can be really intimate. They're also incredibly surreal. Like, I don't really think that this is what we should do with science. They're just metaphorical. And in some ways, like all my works, they kind of appeal to our sense of, what would my relationship be to creatures like this?